Jane Austen Festival, it's obviously one of a number of different kind of key festivals that that highlight historical events and historical characters in the UK. I mean, what do you think these festivals are doing for maybe youngsters or people who don't really know much about these different periods in time and characters in time?
Well, that's a good question, because nowadays an awful lot of British history just does not appear in the national curriculum for history. And it's often been commented in the press and the media that our school kids now are just not taught anything about their history. Even recently there's been a further review, and they listed some quite significant events and characters from our past are now to be wiped, if you like, from our school curriculum. And so what events like this do, and things like the Jane Austen Festival and the events promoted by English Heritage, such as the Festival of History and medieval events at castles and Georgian events and Georgian markets and all that type of thing, what they actually do is draw to people's attention those areas that are actually missing from our curriculum. And you know, I think it was said not so long ago that if you go to any of the principal high street booksellers and you look at the top 10 best-selling list of books, then history, in some form or other, I mean straight historical accounts or the biographies or autobiographies or whatever of historical characters feature and almost dominate the top 10 bestsellers. There is an immense interest in history, and often people at school, they lose that for whatever reason, then they come back to it in later life. And there is an immense interest in our history, and people come back to it in later life, and it's quite heartening when we're at events such as this, and you'll see grandparents bringing their grandchildren to events and introducing them to aspects of history, of their history, which are now missing from the curriculum.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Oh yeah, with a passion. I enjoy what I do with an absolute passion. You can't be involved in this, and it's a considerable investment and time and effort, and it's a family affair. It's something that we do as a family, and we're successful at it because we all take part in it, and it dominates our life, and it dominates everything we do. What type of cars you own, because you have to have a vehicle that can carry all the kit. What type of house you have, because you have to have somewhere to store all the stuff. What type of holidays you go on, because invariably you go and look at some historical sites. Even the areas where you buy your houses, you know, it may have some relevance to your interest in history. So it's an all-consuming passion.
It sounds like it's almost a job.
Well, for me, it's become increasingly a job, and job is normally associated with toil or labour, and if this is a labour, then it is a labour of love. And when I retire from my full-time role in a few months' time, then it is my intention to take this on as a full-time profession and to capitalise what I've developed as a business.